After all setup is done, it's time to see Scala in action. In this section, I will talk about just writing a hello world program, and then we will also see REPL. Um, REPL is read, evaluate, print, and loop, which I'll explain what is it in the next slide. And then we will see starting points of programming, which are like data types and all. And then I will demo you the how to use in IntelliJ and then how to use REPL. So the the program in a Scala, the Hello World program in a Scala is something looks something like this. So it starts with the object, and then this is the name of that object. So everything in a Scala is an object, or the people coming from Java might find very similarity here. So in Java it is a class, and here it is object. Even Scala also has class, but there is some meaning for the for using class. So there is a difference between using object and class, so which I will explain in coming videos. So this is the class name, and then this is the method name. So here it says the method name is the main, and then def is like definition of a method, and then it takes argument with the name args, and then of type array containing strings, and then it returns unit. Unit is nothing but a void in Java, so that means it doesn't return anything. And then println, it prints hello world. So to compile it, I need to say Scala c hello world dot Scala. By the way, all the Scala programs end with dot Scala um, extension, and then you execute it. So this is the output of hello world. So after we finish this I'll explain how does it look to execute hello world program in a IntelliJ. This is the hello world program which we saw in the slide. So same thing I have written here. Let's see how we can compile this and execute this in a command prompt. So if you have configured all your Scala variables properly, you should be able to access Scala C command from anywhere from. So you can see here I am doing it from hello world dot Scala, right? So this is the Scala C is a command to compile Scala programs, and then I'll say Scala hello world. So this is the way to execute um, your programs, right? And then I say hello world. So this is how the Scala program gets executed. So now let us see this in IntelliJ. So IntelliJ, so you need to create a project, and you need to set all the things which I have explained already in the document which I have shared. If you find any problems in creating a project and executing a Scala program, please let me know. I will try to solve your problem. So when I say new, I'll say Scala class, and then I'll say hello world. I'll say object, right? And then I'll click OK. So you can see here, so I created hello world.scala inside this package, and then I created it as an object. So now I need to type a main method. So one way is I type full string like the way it is here, or I just say main, and then you can see there is already template defined for a main method. So I just press enter, I get this full uh, method, and then I'll say println hello world, and then I'll just say run hello world, and it'll compile and it's gonna print hello world. So this is how the uh, programs get executed in Scala. Let us talk about REPL console which is provided by Scala. So REPL stands for read, evaluate, print, and loop. Easiest way to get started with Scala is this interactive shell interpreter. So this is also called as the interactive interpreter in Scala world. And even though it appears as an interpreter, all typed code is converted into bytecode and executed. So, so internally what it does is it converts your Scala code and then it generates the bytecode and then it runs it and then whatever output is generated it gives and it shows that output back to the console, and then it is invoked by typing Scala, and then these are the some of the commands which are used like help, quit, java p and paste. So why it is called as a read, evaluate, print loop is like it reads your command and then it evaluates by creating a bytecode, and then it prints the output which is generated by your statements, and then loop means it is ready to accept new command. So we will see this how actually it is seen in the command prompt. So we'll go to command prompt and then I'll say Scala, right? So I'm able to uh, execute this because I have specified everything in my path. So you need to make sure that you have Scala been added to your path variable. So these are the some of the commands which are available like edit and then help, history, import, java p, line, all those things. So maybe let me show you how the history looks like, right? So these are the things I have written. So now let's say I want to print hello world, right? So this is how I do. I'll say print hello world, right? So when I type this and I print press enter, the internally what it does is it takes this println, it creates a Scala program which is having main program, main method, and then puts this statement inside main method, and then it compiles it, then it executes it. Whatever output it gets, it's shown in the screen. So in the background it does all these things, but for us it looks as if this is getting executed here. And then let's say I want to save whatever I have typed here to, let's say, something dot Scala, right? So it will save it, and then when I say d drive dot Scala, so whatever was there inside test.scala, that is returned and then it gets executed, and then I can say quit. I'll be able to quit from this. There are two types of variables available in Scala. One is immutable and mutable. So if you are coming from Java background, you will have to declare a variable as a final if you want to make it as a immutable or read only. But in case of Scala, it is available in a different flavor, right? So if you want to declare some variable as a immutable, then it will be val. If it is a mutable, then it will be var, right? So val is similar to Java final. Once you initialize, val cannot be reassigned, and then similar to non-final variables in a Java, which is var. So as you can see in this screenshot, the val message equal to hello world, and then I assigned it, and then message when I try to reassign it is giving me error. But if it is a var, it will allow me to uh, enter assign the different value, and then as you can see that this is a string. So these are the basic data types available in a Scala. So it is not, there is nothing fancy here. If you have worked on Java, then you might find similarities here. But the only thing which I would like to talk about is this unit, which is like void in a Java, right? So in our previous, if you see here, we talked about this. So this is nothing but a data type which is like void. So corresponds to no value. And the interesting thing about the Scala is the type is inferred automatically in Scala, right? So you see here, so we defined var message equal to hello world and then string equal to hello world. So we didn't tell that this should be of type string, but still it inferred the type as string, right? And then when you type to and you try to assign it something else, then it will say type mismatch. So even there is a way to define the type, but the it is not mandatory. So let's see how actually this is uh, done in a REPL. We'll go back to our REPL and then we will see, or let me clear the screen first. Okay, I'll say this and I'll say, let's say var um, var hello equal to, or maybe I'll say hello world, right? And then this will be of type string, and then I try to assign, right? It allows me, right? So if I make something, maybe let's say I declare this as, so it doesn't allow you to uh, assign the value. Okay, so now let's say I want to assign this message equal to 1. In that case, this will fail.